Brigadier General Williams from the National Guard Bureau, and here to talk a little bit about the National Guard and cybersecurity, especially with respect to elections. So let me talk a little bit about the National Guard and our cyber forces, and then I'll go into the elections piece. So if you don't know, both the Air National Guard and the Army National Guard have cyber forces under them, and a tremendous amount of talent. These young men and women work in the civilian sector, and most of them in cybersecurity, and then come on the weekend and to training and do DoD or Department of Defense cybersecurity training and activities. So I think one thing that we do really well is train them. So we put a lot of money and effort into making sure that they have the right training, and then when they deploy or mobilize, then they get to go and defend the nation. And that could be either defensively or offensively. And when I say offense, I really mean active defense. So that's essentially the kind of the background. Again, these men and women live in your community. They work side by side with probably many of you in this audience, and really bring all of that collaboration from the civilian sector into a collective element. So you could have someone from doing cybersecurity at a bank, and someone doing cybersecurity in the in the electrical sector, someone doing cybersecurity for an Amazon or a Google or a Microsoft, and then they bring all of that collectively. There's an innate trust there amongst them, and really for the greater good. So and defending the nation. So again, tremendous amount of talent. If you're interested, certainly I'll provide some contact information here at the end, and you can reach out to me and I can get you linked up with someone. As I don't think recruiters tell you this, but what I will tell you is that it's not always as it seems. And so don't 10 years later say that I lied to you. There are certainly there's pros and cons to being in the military and serving. And but ultimately, I think the pros outweigh the cons, hands down. So, or at least they have in my life. So, again, I'll provide some contact information here at the end for you. And if you're interested in what I talk about a little bit, then I'll certainly make sure that I'll link up with you. And just real quick, there is a direct commissioning program. So, if many of you think that going to basic training and that sort of thing you're not cut out for, there is another mechanism. I highly recommend going the normal route if you think you can tolerate it. But for those of you that you may already be long a ways in your career and may not be able to take that time away to go do the normal route, basic training, those sorts of things, then there's certainly a route for you if you're interested. All right, so on to what we really want to talk about, which is really the cybersecurity side of the National Guard. So a lot of people don't understand how cybersecurity works in the National Guard. And so just understand that we're, in some sense, dual-hatted. We serve the community and the state, or the governor, and then we also serve the federal government in terms of when we're on mobilizations and that sort of thing. So we're really dual-hatted in that sense. And essentially, we can be activated by the governor to go in and assist the state or the community. And so when it comes to elections, most of our work, or at least what we prefer, most of our work is proactive. So that's going out and doing vulnerability assessments, penetration tests, those sorts of engagements with our Secretary of State, our respective Secretary of States, and making sure that they're prepared for the election. But there's also another piece to that, which is essentially election day support. So a lot of our folks will be on standby to provide any type of incident response if needed. And furthermore, they are prepared to help the nation at large on the federal side if needed. So a lot of capability there in terms of, again, instant response, or if nothing else, just a reserve element for instant response if needed. So that's really our role in election security. Again, the preference is to do the proactive piece, And I would tell you that that is our preference, whether it's elections or anything else, is really getting us into, into the communities and working alongside you guys or everyone to make sure that we have a resilient posture prior to elections, but certainly as we move into election day and even after, having that capability to respond if needed. And that's really, I would say that's probably my little pitch in terms of the National Guard and cybersecurity. Again, typically we are activated by the governor if we are to do cybersecurity in the state. And then if we are needed at the federal or the national level, we would be activated more at the, on the government, the federal government side. And look forward to your questions, comments. I will be in person at DEF CON. I'm recording this prior to DEF CON, so I'm speaking into a camera lens right now, which is not as fun as the interactive piece, but I will be around. So if you, again, you can either hunt me down and ask me the question in person, or you can reach out to me. I'll say this, but we'll also provide this via the recording. My email is Teri, that's T-E-R-I, or phonetically that's spelled Tango, Echo, Romeo, India, .D as in Delta, .Williams, .mil, M-I-L, Mike, India, Lima, at army.mil. All right, and that's my email. That's how you can reach me via email. If you want to text or call, my phone number is 614-314-7793. That's 614-314-7793. And I'm not going to click links and I'm not going to open any attachments, so don't even try. All right, have a great time at DEF CON. Thank you for this opportunity, and look forward to seeing and speaking with as many of you